Hey guys, this is Eric with Mediavine, and today we're going to go back to our Go For Teal series to do something very rare here at Mediavine. That is introducing a new ad unit type. So what do we mean by a new ad unit? So for the nerds in the room, it means in our ad server we're tracking things in a different ad unit. What it really means is a different place on your page where an ad can serve. So not necessarily like an in-content ad where you can have multiple different in-content ads, but the concept of a whole new type of ad where an ad can serve. So in this case, it's actually going to be the overlay or a non-linear video ad. You may have already seen overlay appearing in your by ad unit reports in your dashboard. So what is that overlay? Today I'm excited to be able to announce what that overlay is. So it's a video overlay or a non-linear ad. So first, what is a non-linear ad? That's kind of the official IAB term for what this overlay is, or what it's described as when you do a VAS or an OpenRTB request, all sorts of things you probably don't care about, but I'm still going to go into what a non-linear ad is. So linear just simply means, you can think of it like the word everything goes in a line, right? So you have a pre-roll ad, then you may have your content, you might have a mid-roll ad, then you might have more content, and then a post-roll ad. So those are kind of what are called linear ads. So post-roll, pre-roll, and mid-roll. Basically what we've been running at Mediavine today has been mostly pre-roll, right? So an advertisement before your video begins. It plays linearly with your content. Non-linear is the opposite. It means it can play during your video. So at the same time as your content. And basically the way it works is we're going to overlay an ad over your content. Hence why we're calling it overlay. We think that's a little more of a human readable term than non-linear, right? It's overlaying over your content. Okay, so overlays are now going to play during your videos. What do they look like? So what's really cool is that we partnered with GumGum, and we're launching with what they call their in-video product. We're one of the first partners to launch this, so you might not have seen them across the internet yet, but you'll be seeing them on your website. You can see a demo of them right here, and what basically ends up happening is that we overlay, again, a little small advertisement over your content. In this case, it's just a small little icon of the brand. It's not even clickable. It looks great. And the great news is it's also going to be paying you pretty well. You may have seen this experience on broadcast television, live sporting events. You'll often see a little brand pop in or a tease for a different show on that network. Same concept here, right? You're going to be teasing a brand during your video without really interrupting the user experience. So how much do these things pay? Well, because they are less disruptive to the user experience, they're also unfortunately going to be a little less engaging for the user, and therefore they're going to pay you a little bit less. Right? But they're still going to pay you better than a traditional display ad. So the CPMs will be somewhere between display ads and kind of more pre-roll or mid-roll video experiences. So somewhere in between, but the good news is it's actually what we call incremental or additional video revenue for you. So we're still going to be able to serve a pre-roll, and this is just going to be a video ad that appears during your video. So it can only add revenue, right? It can't hurt. So even if the fill rate starts off low, which it's going to do because we're currently only partnered with GumGum, we will be adding more partners through our auction over time. But for now, while it's just GumGum and they're ramping up this brand new kind of technology, you're going to see lower fill rates. But don't worry about it. Even if you see a 5 or 10% fill rate, don't think this is hurting my video revenue. It's just additional revenue you're earning from your videos. And we know videos are super expensive to produce. They're hard to produce. We want to help you make more money off them. And that's the idea behind these overlays. It's additional revenue. So you may be wondering, okay, these are great. I'm in. How do I sign up? The good news is because this is such a non-disruptive experience, we've decided is we're going to make these opt-out. So they're automatically enabled for your videos now. And if you don't like them, just email us at publishers@mediavine.com and we can take them off. Hopefully though, you'll give them a shot because again, this is only going to build up over time. GumGum's going to be selling more of these. We will add other partners and you'll start to see this become a more significant part of your revenue. Our goal, improve your revenue, well, your video revenue by 20 to 30% over a long enough period of time with this stuff. So don't judge your performance based on what it is today, but know that we're entering into a whole new space together. Help us build this in the same way we built pre-roll together. 2 or 3 years ago when we started putting pre-roll ads in front of your videos, there were low fill rates and a lot of people didn't make the money they wanted. Now people are shouting from the rooftops how much they love video at Mediavine, right? Publishers are reporting as much as 30% increases in their RPMs. This is only going to add on top of that. So bear with us while we build out the demand for this thing. You may have also seen that the Coalition for Better Ad Standards recently announced what's called short form video rules. So basically the standards for what you can do for advertising with short form video. And short form video is any video under 8 minutes. Basically any videos produced here at Mediavine by our publishers are generally going to be more short form. So these rules do apply. And there's a section for nonlinear or display ads. And basically the way they work is that you can only run them if they're 20% or less of the video. So the amount of screen real estate that the ad takes up has to be less than 20%. The good news is both Mediavine and GumGum are members for the Coalition for Better Ad Standards. We work together to make sure that these video ads will never violate that 20% rule. The other rule is you cannot take up the middle third of the screen, so the overlay either needs to be at the bottom or the top. And again, we worked with GumGum to make sure this will always be the case. The ad will never show in the middle of the video. That'd be a terrible user experience. We agree with the CBA on this. So we've made sure that we follow all the kind of display or nonlinear rules set forth by the CBA. So overlays are going to be very exciting. They're already live. You should hopefully be able to see them start appearing on your site over time. So thank you guys for listening, and please continue to produce video content. If you're not, we have a great video checklist or a great video guide, starter guide, that can help you start producing video today. Even if you're not comfortable on camera, that's fine. You don't have to stand in front of a camera like me. There's a lot of other ways to do video. So please check out that starter guide. Let's start making video together, and let's start monetizing it with overlays. All right, thank you guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you guys soon.